Is Kaspa about to go even lower? Let's dig into the token Kaspa. What is up, guys? Hopefully you guys are all having an amazing day. It is October 15th, 9:30 p.m. This video is going to be going out a little late than usual. I think it's been a while since I've uploaded this late, but it's going to be an upload. I'm planning on getting a new car, so I was out car shopping, see what I can do, because I've been taking profit on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that, just in case, right? I've been taking some really good chunks of profit. So if the bear market starts, I'm gonna be really well off. So right now, yes, the token price looks rough, but if you have been watching the content for a minute, then you would know that I have been specifically saying that this red line was a target of mine that we could head to. Let alone, we are pretty much there. I said 5 to 5.5 cents was the target. We are now at 5.6. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be honest and transparent about it. The thing I don't like is, well, there's a couple of things I don't like, of course, right? There's one main little thing that I don't like. That's this wick candle. This wick came all the way down below. I'm going to change a couple of things here live in front of you guys. I don't like to change any of my predictions, my drawings, my lines, my targets, any of that stuff. I don't like to do it at all. If I do move it at all, it's going to be live on the video, proof, so that way it can be recorded, right? Because I don't want to move these lines, making it seem like I'm like favoring me, literally. I don't want to do that. This right here is the red line that I drew. What was it, like? Man, I want to say this was weeks ago. I drew this red line where I was like, this is a target, worst case scenario, you know, so on and so forth. Now that we are in this range, I don't like this wick candle, simply because there is a probability and a risk that this can go fill in the wick. So we can now see the token trading down to here for it to get filled, which would be about 4.6. So this is what I'm going to do. This red line right here, I'm going to change it to yellow, back to where it was. Now, because this is just, now this has changed over to a regular support zone. It's not a red zone, because the red zone was just like a worst case scenario, you know, really bad range to be in, you know. I wouldn't even say a bad range. I would say like that target, right? Now that it's been met and it has been tested, because it did bounce off from there, we can now change it to a yellow. This is now a really good support zone. But we still have that small chance of it going down here. So what I'm going to be doing is having in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, I want to show this line, which this new one is going to be red, because that's going to be filling the gap. There's two scenarios that will play out here. We either trade back and forth, we bounce back up and down from this support and resistance trend line, right, the channel, from 5.5 to 7.8, this right here. Well, if we break this yellow line, and I hope you guys are paying attention and listening to what I'm saying, okay? If the candlestick's body, the body of the candlestick on the daily closes below the support zone, we will be seeing my red target for effect. Okay? Keep that in mind. The wicks don't count. At least for me. In my book, the wicks do not count whenever it comes to doing this type of style. I pay attention to the body, the closing of the body candlesticks, to have a confirmation on my end. Some people probably do get confused about that stuff, but I hope you guys understand that. So right now, do you see how the body, this green, I'm gonna zoom in. You see how the body of the candle right there stayed above the yellow line? That was a really good confirmation that the support is there. That's why we saw this green. The whales, traders, swing day, weekly trader, all that stuff saw this here and saw that it was a safe bounce and a safe position to get locked in. So that's why you saw that, okay? If it would have been backwards, let's say the candles, the whole body would have been it would have closed under my support zone, we would have been trading under here, somewhere in this blank space area right here. So the fact that this body is up top, it's fine. It's okay, all right? So the scenario I'm looking at is this pattern that I drew a while back ago. Because this held, we might be going back and forth in this channel right here until, like I said, one of the candles on the daily closed below here, which we don't want to see. But worst case scenario is this 465 new range that I'm going to have just in case. I did, as a matter of fact, I am a little bit, not heavy yet, into this range. 5 to 5.5 range. I am getting a little bit more now, but not as much, just because if we do see this range, I will have some crypto set aside for me to buy in this range. Really, all it is just DCA and trying to get your best range, you know, the best token for your buck and stuff like that. So right now, sadly, the daily still looks very bearish. So it's leaning, it's giving me like more vibes to the downside here in the short term to medium term. But as long as this support right here holds, it should help a little bit. The 1334, what's the 4 hour looking like? Bearish. Yeah, so right now that you see this video, we're at 56798. In the next 4 to 16 hours, expect this to be at 542, somewhere around there, because it does look very bearish. So this needs to hold, man. That yellow support zone is very critical here shortly. Yeah, 2 hour is bearish, 4 hour is bearish, daily is bearish. Yeah, I'm 85, 90% sure we're gonna go back to here around this, my support zone of like 5.4. So be ready for that, man. So you might have a second chance on accumulating a little more on that range if you are interested in buying in this area. Or you could take a little gamble and wait for this area, the 4.6. If you have not bought any Kaspa at all, you can wait until, like, I don't know, a few days, a week or two. I don't know exactly the timeline behind all that, but you can wait a hot minute and just wait and expect maybe for this to hit this 4.6 area. The filling in the gap doesn't really always happen, but it is it's often, you know, it's hard to word it. But let's see, 4 hour bearish, 2 hour bearish, daily bearish, weekly. Sadly, oh yeah, this is not what I wanted to see. Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed 100%. This is now a bearish pattern on the weekly. Yeah, this is going to be tested hardcore in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Kaspa is going to be on in thin ice, this right here, because if this breaks, we will be seeing that 4.6, and if that breaks, oof, that's going to be to 4 cents. 4 cents, yeah. I mean, that's like talking way in the future. And worst case scenario would definitely be the 4 range. Yeah, dude, that weekly crossing bearish really did bend us over, because we were bullish right here on September 15th. We were bullish, but then we just flopped. It could not hold this support right here. Well, technically now resistance, but back here was support, right? So right now, well, back then, this support did not hold, and it flushed it right back down to this new channel. And you see how this is acting just like right here? This bounce was nice, but that wick is still horrible. It literally took the whole area of 7, 8. You see the wick right here taking all the way from the top of the resistance right now, resistance, and all the way down to the worst case scenario line. It's just a big long candle, the wicks I should say, that took up this whole spot. but it's bearish on the weekly. This is from this green to this green is a 2-year range, I think it is. Yeah. So it's going to be very hard to predict what the next move of Kaspa is going to be. It needs something. It needs some news or breakthrough, development, something for it to have a very strong bounce right there. So that's all my own personal opinion. I'm literally just brainstorming. I'm thinking out loud, giving you my honest, transparent point of view. You might have a different thought mindset, a different thought process, which is perfectly fine. I respect that. Just know that I have my own things that I gotta say, and just because I don't want to always be bearish, always be bullish. Like, I want to upload the content you guys rely on and come back to the channel for, so that way, you know, you can just trust me, right? That way, you know, if I'm bullish, it means the token's going to go up. And I said this also on multiple videos where I was like, the weekly is bullish, but if it crosses bearish right here, we're going to go down. So yeah. And it was, this factor right here was just because of the crypto market taking a big dump that one day and everything crashed down. So it forced Kaspa to trigger bearish on the weekly. Still though, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Kind of interesting to see. So 1 year gap from here to here, 2 year gap from here to here. It's going to be a very bumpy ride in the next year or two, just because of this. If it was, well, no, I can't really say that. No, yeah, it's still going to be a very bumpy ride. No matter like how I look at it, the next 1 year or two, it's going to test the holders, the community, the developers, especially the developers. Yeah. I predicted this though. This was my prediction, that we were going to go from here, bounce up and go like this, but eventually there was a chance that this support was not going to hold and we were going to crash down. This was, I drew this randomly. It's happening way earlier than I wanted it to. But then again, the other side of my brain is tingling, saying, let it drop. Let it go cheap. Let it go, shoot, let it go all the way down to here, to 1 or 2 cents. It would be some really cheap tokens. That average is going to look beautiful. That's another reason why I also say, don't go all in. Don't put your eggs all in one single basket. You may never know what's going to happen, right? Because even though I was saying bullish over here, this support zone, right? Even though I was saying bullish right here, and if you would have went all in, you would have been wrecked. Like literally a little bit here, if this support did not hold, you would know the next level I was giving. Now that you know this support, and I'm now giving you another zone of support, worst case scenario, you would now know, like, okay, buy a little bit here. If it breaks, I can buy more here. You're DCAing. You're getting ready. You're prepared mentally. Excuse me. I don't know. Still, it looks kind of like a turtle with like a shell right here that is forming its head. That's kind of funny how I saw that image right there. Let me know what y'all think though. I would not mind going live sometime soon, because I need to go live, man. I need to. I've just been so busy with the baby and taking care of some personal stuff over here and enjoying life, because I took profit from 90k BTC all the way to 121k, I think it was. I've been selling. I've been taking profit, yo. I don't care what people say. I don't care. I could care less if you are 50 years into crypto, which I know crypto's been out since, not too long ago, but I don't care if you've been in crypto since day one. I like my strategy. I know what I'm doing. I'm smart with my investments, and I know when to take profit. I don't want to get greedy. When I see people buying, and whenever the average person comes up to me, it's like, yo, I saw your channel. I'm buying crypto right now because it's exploding. That's how I know I need to take profit. I'm selling, like I'm dumping on you. Sorry, not sorry. I've been in crypto for 10 years. I know that whenever the average little tiny Joe puts in $10 into XRP or Doge expecting $1 million, that's how I know it's time to get the heck out. That's where the exit liquidity comes from. The new dummy people coming on through. I shouldn't even say the new dummy people. That's disrespectful. I apologize. But like that new fresh money coming into the market is exit liquidity for those that have been here a long while and know what to do, take advantage of the system and just take money out, right? And I know when to buy because whenever the average little Joe comes to me, which did happen multiple times, the average little Joe came to me, is like, crypto's a scam. I'm not buying crypto. It's going lower. It's dumping. I'm gonna lose money. I'm gonna do this. Whenever they start being scared and panicking and don't want to risk their money, bro, I am buying so much. Yeah, it's a rinse and repeat cycle, man. So it's up to you what strategy you want to do. This video is gonna be a really long one, and my throat is like so itchy. Yeah, I mean, that's like the longest I've talked in a video in a minute, almost a 20-minute YouTube video. I'm probably gonna make another YouTube video as well that talks about just the overall crypto market, because I do want to cover like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, especially Binance. Binance is a $1,200. That's insane. Yeah, I want to cover all of them. There's so many tokens out there to cover that I want to be able to have more reach out in the crypto space. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. I know I went off topic a little bit at the end, but if you did, make sure you click the like button, make sure you subscribe. I will see you tomorrow in the next YouTube video. Take it easy. I'm out. Peace.